Spain and Portugal ground to a halt on Monday after an Iberian peninsula-wide blackout delivered a stark reminder of how dependent on power modern life is. While other countries in the world, most notably South Africa, have learned to cope with such blackouts, the scale of Monday's outage was rare in Europe. Here's how it caused chaos. The power failure at around midday saw people trapped in lifts and stuck in metro and train carriages. As electricity failed to return, evacuations took place through tunnels and on train tracks. Puerto Rican Ana Cordero was stranded on a train to Madrid for 3 hours with no information.
After, I would say, an hour, the battery died down of the train, and then that's it. The bathrooms weren't working, and so it's so stupid because everything was electronic. Even to wash your hands, you couldn't, you had to press a button for it, and it wasn't working.
Phone and internet signal came and went before dropping entirely. Unable to receive news through phones or the internet, people turned to car or analog radios, if they still had them. Roads turned to gridlock with traffic lights out, and people struggled to navigate without mapping apps to guide them. With cash machines and electronic payment systems down, many large supermarkets and stores closed. Stores quickly ran out of basic provisions, with others facing losses from products unable to be refrigerated. Some taxis refused to take passengers without cash. People like Albert Fernandez hunted for any trace of Wi-Fi signal outside an electronics store.
It kind of makes you realize how much we depend on just like electricity and just basic connections. It's like actually something that we were talking before, just how connected we are and how dependent we are on technology. So it kind of makes you reflect how integral it is to our day-to-day life.
Among the hardest hit were people dependent on home medical units with finite backup power supplies and those using mobility devices such as wheelchairs. With weather fair across the area, the hunt has begun for the cause of the massive blackout. One of Europe's biggest ever power system collapses. Spanish grid operator Red Eléctrica ruled out a cyber attack, but Spain's High Court said it would open an investigation. The operator, in a statement on Monday night, pointed to a strong oscillation in the power flow, which triggered a very significant loss of generation. Analysts said the frequency of the grid dropped, triggering automatic emergency protocols. Data also shows solar generation, which accounted for the majority of Spain's electricity at the time, plunged by more than 50%. One industry source said there was not enough firm power like gas, nuclear and hydro storage to handle the sudden fall. Another source with direct knowledge of the sector said the Spanish grid was running with little energy stored to act as a buffer to compensate for sudden changes in demand or supply.